All right, it's time for another Walking Dead retro review. I'm Justin.
I'm Jessi.
And we're the Podcasting Dead, and we are going back in time, and, well, I'm rewatching The Walking Dead from the beginning. Jessi is watching it for the first time ever, and we are now in Season 3. And this podcast will be covering Season 3, Episode 14. It's called Prey, and it was directed by Stefan Schwartz and written by Glenn Mazar and Evan Riley. And it originally aired March 17th of 2013. Before we start, just a quick shout out to our friends over at moviepilot.com for supporting the channel. Make sure to go check them out and get your favorite piece of art for your favorite movie. Use podcast 15 and get 15% off. Jessi, you weren't really digging the last episode. What about this one?
This is another kind of slow one for me, but it was intense. And I thought the governor was gonna die. And then I thought Andrea was going to die. And none of that happened. But I think one or the other is going to happen the next episode. So we're getting there. The build up. Yep,
it's building up. And I'll tell you, next episode is a doozy. Let me just say that. Because we go back and rewatch these. And Jessi watched the correct episode. And my unintelligent self accidentally watched episode 15. So I came to this podcast ready to check. Because I was like, Jessi, there's no way you didn't like this one. If you didn't like this one, I just don't know if there's any hope. And then when I'm looking up the episode info, like original air date and all of that, I see that, wait, I'm on the wrong one. So I was like,
you big old dummy.
Let me read the synopsis and, get back to it. But I remember this one very well. So this is the one where I remember Martinez confiscates Andrea's gun.
Oh, yeah, but she kept her knife. Thank goodness. You know what? This episode kind of like restored my faith in her a little bit. She was a bad A in this one.
Yeah, she was. Well, when she was going through that old factory with the governor chasing her, she definitely was pretty witty up until the very end.
Well, the fact that she even left Woodbury without her gun and all she had was a knife, that's pretty ballsy.
And it's kind of stupid that it's just now to the point where she's like, I need to get out of here. You've been needed to get out. You've been and had plenty of chances. And now that it's hard to get out, you're like, oh, now's the perfect time to get out.
Nah, she's pretty slow.
She is. She's not known for her smart decision making, but
no.
What can you do? So they take all of the weapons and everything, and I like that when she escapes, it's Tyrese and Sasha manning the gate, and they're starting to kind of wise up, like why does anyone want to escape here?
Right. But then when they were confronting the governor about it, it seems like the governor, I wonder if they believe the governor over Andrea. I couldn't really tell.
I feel like Tyrese is a little bit wiser than that. Like he's got that thought process of like, okay, if this place is so amazing, then why in the world would anyone want to escape it?
I know. I wondered about that because he was telling the governor it won't happen again. I'm sorry. But I wonder if he was just saying that because he believes Andrea and he like sees how crazy the governor is now.
I think.
But I mean, the governor was pretty convincing. I think I would have believed the governor.
Oh, the governor is a wonderful liar. Like he's great at manipulating.
Oh yeah.
Like
100%.
He's very, very good at that.
Yep.
But yeah, I think Tyrese knows something's up, but he also knows that if he just outright is like a hard butt about it, then, it's not going to end well for them.
Yeah, I really hope that you're right.
Yep.
Because I like them.
And how about Milton urging Andrea to escape and warn Rick? Like I told you last episode where, they were walking away and he was talking to the governor. Like we could tell Milton's not really about this life.
Mm-hmm. Well, I love how Andrea wanted him to come back to the prison because I want that too. I think that's what needs to happen. And he was like, I don't know those people. I'm like, Milton, come on.
Yep.
Clearly they're a better group than what you're doing. Like he knows the governor's up to no good and he still wants to stay. Like, come on, dude. But I think he's the one that set everything on fire.
Who, Milton?
Yeah, I think he's the one that did that.
I
hope so.
Could have been.
The whole time I was like, I thought it was Andrea. And I was like, all right, that's freaking awesome. But then it wasn't her. And I was like, who else could it have been? Was it Ty? But then he acted like he didn't know what the governor was talking about. The governor asked him, where'd you get the gasoline? And Ty was like, come again? Like, he seemed genuinely confused. But then that scene with Milton, and Milton's like, I hope you find out who it is. But I was like, it was you. I know it.
It's like, I hope you find out who it is. I really don't. I don't want you to find out.
Milton has had enough of his ish.
He has, and I really do hate that Milton, didn't try to escape with Andrea and go to the prison, because I feel like he'd be much more at home there.
Well, I think he's kind of regretting that as well right now.
Yeah, he's got himself in a bit of a pickle.
Yep, and the governor, like, getting all aggressive with him, and I think Milton realized that he really isn't the same person he used to be. Like, that person's not in there anymore.
No, and that's what the apocalypse seems to do to everybody, is that, the old you just dies, and then the new you is either a hero or just downright ugly.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I don't... And this... Okay, can we go back to the building where Andrea was getting hunted down by the governor?
Mm-hmm.
That was so creepy. The way he was, like, dragging the shovel. And I feel like in all horror movies, that's one of the staples. Dragging something metal,
Yeah.
And but I'm glad that he was making so much noise, because that way he couldn't hear Andrea when she was moving, which I say to him, you're stupid.
Well, and that whole chase scene inside the factory was really well done, and to an extent, she outsmarted the governor until the governor just was such a beast that he took on like 1,000 walkers. Right.
Who would have seen that? I was like, okay, he's about to die. Andrea, you're cool.
Yep. That
was really smart, though. Real smart of her.
Yeah, what about Tyrese and Alan getting into it? Tyrese has been this very level-headed, gentle giant up to this point. He's got a beast in there, but he's very calm and understanding and everything, and then he just kind of loses it on Alan, and then rubs it in, talking about his wife.
Oh yeah,
looking to him for protection.
Well, Alan started it.
Alan did start it.
He started it, and what choice did Tyrese have? He took care of business.
Yep.
So, but that was kind of harsh for him to. At first, he's like saying, "No, I know you could have done it. I know you could have done it," and like saved his wife or whatever it was that he did for Alan's wife. And then later, he's like, "Yeah, just like how you looked out for Donna."
It was like
I was like, "Dang, Tyrese."
Tyrese he can be a beast. He can be a beast.
Savage.
I mean, held him over that little biter pit, too.
Oh, yeah.
Look at me talking like the governor. We call them walkers. The governor calls them biters.
Stupid.
That's
a dumb name.
I know. I've went to the dark side. Biters.
Don't do that. It was a momentary lapse of judgment on your part.
It was. I hope that I can be forgiven and we can move past this point.
I think we all forgive you. It's fine. Just don't do it again.
All right. Well, when the
we'll
biters
have to kick you
off.
Justin.
I know.
You're done. I'm taking over the podcast.
Am I kicked off the channel?
Yes. Bye. Just playing.
Oh.
You'll be all right.
That's what you say.
I know.
That's what you say. But yeah.
So anyway.
No, but no, and then so a lot of things leading up. I'm telling you, I can't wait. I almost wish that I don't know. I wish this was the episode that I watched, because it's such a good episode from front to back.
You could have. I wish you had realized it earlier. We could have done a 2-for-1.
We could have.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me. Well, you didn't realize it till we were like getting on here.
I was like, wait a minute. This isn't the episode where blah, blah, blah happened and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, well, snap. Because next episode is pretty darn good. How about when Andrea finally reaches the prison and you're like, oh, she made it. And you're thinking like she's going to get back with the prison group. And then there's the governor.
Well, I did not see the governor coming for her, but when the scene was happening, I thought she was about to get bit by a zombie, and that's how she was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
But that is so crazy. How did he find her? Well, I guess he knew where she was going. I don't know how he found her to begin with. How could she not get away? Get away from the road, Andrea.
Everyone in The Walking Dead is amazing at tracking. Except for Rick, apparently, because you'll see at some point Daryl's going to tell him you can't track first. But, other than Rick, I think everybody is really good at tracking.
Yeah. Well, when Andrea was walking up and Rick saw her and the governor, but I think that he thought it was another not real people. Like he was seeing things. I think that's what he thought. I don't think he thought he saw actual people.
No, and how do you think Rick would react to knowing that the governor was right there?
Oh,
right there across the field.
Oh, I don't know. It's so hard to read Rick these days, or even to know what he's gonna do. He probably would have went off ready for battle. He'll be like, strap up, guys. We're going in. We're going in hot. The governor's mine.
That sounds like something Rick would say.
Going in hot.
Come on, guys. We're going to go in hot. And the governor's mine.
Except he would have a much more southern accent.
It'd be much more like, hey, guys, we're going in. The governor's mine. And that would have probably been it, don't you think?
Yep, and then Daryl would have been like, I got the pocket sand.
Pocket sand, I got your back, Rick.
Pocket sand locked and loaded.
I'm very angry that at no point in the show's run has Daryl once done like a Dale Gribble and thrown sand in someone's face. Like, pocket sand.
Oh,
Another character kind of does, though, way on down the road. Way on down the road. But unfortunately, they don't yell, pocket sand, before they throw it.
Well, pocket sand is actually a pretty good idea if you know somebody is about to come up on you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, who? It's such a simple thing, but it would be really good to have.
Everyone needs some pocket sand.
I mean, I think I'm going to start carrying me some pocket sand now.
Do you carry a pocketbook?
I do, but there's no room for sand in there. Just old bubble wrappers.
Pocketbook sand.
Pocketbook sand.
But no, it's a lot of stuff building up. So do you think Andrea's going to get out of it? How do you think this is going to go for Andrea? I mean, last we see her, she is, strapped down to a doctor chair or dentist chair or something. Yeah.
And she saw before that all those tools and all the torture tools. She knew, oh my God, I just remembered that she was going to kill him. She had a clear shot, and then Milton wouldn't let her.
Yep.
And I bet he's regretting that now. But when it was showing the last scene of her in the, actually that last scene was really cool. I like how they did that, how they just put the camera through the door and through the hallways, and then it just showed her in that room and it went right up to her. But I think Milton's going to save her.
They do have some cool transitional shots. They do, like at the beginning of this episode where you start off in that zombie's eye and you pull back. They've definitely got some.
I thought it's.
What?
Yeah. I thought it started out on the chains.
No. I'm talking about at the beginning of season 3, the first episode of season 3.
Yeah. That was really cool.
Because then Rick and them walk in and shoot it in the head, and that's when Rick gets mad at Carl for eating dog food. Annie Grimes would rather starve to death than eat dog food, Coral. You're no son of mine. Oh, but
anyway.
yeah. Yep. But
yeah. So I thought when it was like going up to her and we see her in the chair, I thought that was Milton's view and that he was there to save her.
well, it's like Milton asked the governor if Andrea's dead, and he's like, I hope not.
Oh, that's right. Milton doesn't know she's there, so of course that's not Milton.
Mm-mm.
Okay, but I still think that he's going to save her.
So you think Milton's going to go down there and save her?
I do. Somehow, I think. I think she's going to get out of this. Somehow.
Good.
Some way. Ty. Good. Maybe Ty will save her. I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot of people there that could, save her.
I imagined him pulling all her teeth out, and then she escaped, and then like I just saw her in my head, just like no teeth, like trying to talk. It was really funny.
Hey, save me!
Hi, bum bum.
Come on, Milton. Come on, Tommy. Hurry up, by the governor come.
Give me some tea and crackers. No,
that's
not
like
crackers.
that's like the redneck version of fancy British. It's like, I want some tea. No, wait, rednecks would be like, I want some tea and crackers.
Sweet tea and crackers.
Well, that would be more like you, Savannah. Like, would you please be a dear and bring us some tea and crackers?
Oh, you got fancy with it. Yeah, those are the rich mansion type of people in the South.
Yeah, they're the rich. Yeah. We'll just leave it at that. But yeah, so we got Andrea. You think someone's going to come save her, and she's going to get out. What do you think her future is? Do you think she's going to end up back at the prison with Rick and them?
If she doesn't die.
If the governor doesn't die, because he could die, or he could always come back later as a villain down the road, or whatnot, or a recurring villain. So if the governor is to die, do you have any guesses of who you think would do it, or who you would like to see do it?
I would love to see Andrea kill the governor or Michonne. But I don't know why I want Andrea to kill him. I think because she was so manipulated by him, and like I totally know how that goes. And I get why she would want to kill him. And also, after being manipulated by somebody like that, it's hard to get out of that mindset, So I think it would be just so cool to see her like let him go like that.
Well, that's awesome. Well, maybe we will.
I hope so. But also, I don't care how he goes. I want him to go. I hope he goes down in a blaze of glory. It's going to be amazing. You
hope who goes down in a blaze of glory?
I don't know what a blaze of glory means. It sounds like something good. But I want him, the governor, to go down.
Well, technically, you would use that for like Rick. So, for instance, if you thought Rick was going to die, you'd say, well, if he's going to die, I want him to go down in a blaze of glory. Meaning he dies, but he goes out taking a lot of people with him and just tearing some stuff up.
No, I don't want that for the governor. I want the opposite of that for him. The opposite.
Yeah, you want like him to just get like torn to pieces.
Yes, I want him to be tortured. I want him to beg for his life. Ooh, it would be so cool if Glenn or Maggie got him. Glenn. Ooh, Glenn. Everybody wants a piece of the governor. Maybe they'll just all pitch in and do it at the same time. They'll all like just pull a fingernail out one at a time. It is definitely one of those situations where like almost everyone has a dog in the fight. I mean, Glenn wants to get him because of what happened to him and what happened to Maggie. Herschel really has some beef with him because it was his daughter. Merle has beef with him because of, betraying him more or less and yada, yada, yada. Yeah. And Rick's got beef with him because he's Rick. Andrea, Michonne. I mean, there are a lot of people that would be justified in killing the governor. Yeah. Yep. I can't wait to see who does it. What if it's just some side character like Carol? I would be rooting for Carol. I would be rooting for her. You killed Axel. Now we were almost in love. Right? I was just thinking about letting him smash. Maybe he'll like try to take Carol, and then Daryl will come in and save her life again because they're in love.
And then Daryl's got beef with him because of the whole, like, putting him against his brother thing. You know, capturing him and putting him in some sick game.
It's so much to remember, so much to keep up with. I don't know how anybody does it. And there's like several more seasons after this. How do you remember it all?
Oh, because it's that good of a show. It just sticks in your head.
Jeez. I guess I'll find out.
You will find out.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot wait. Oh, my God. I cannot wait until we podcast about the next episode, man. I think it's called This Sorrowful Life, I think is the name of that episode. It's so good.
Maybe I'll watch it tonight.
Season 3's got I'm telling you, season 3 is still one of my favorite. I mean, season 2 is, as I always told people, like one of my tops, even though most people are like, it's okay. It's a little slow. I love season 3, but season 3 into next season is going to be wild. So I'm glad you've made it this far.
I'm ready for it. I need some wild in my life.
Well, you're going to get some wild, especially next episode. It's going to be, I swear on my life, if we chime in, you're like, I didn't think it was all that good. I'm going to be like, Jessi, I give up. I give up. You're kicked off The Walking Dead. Not the podcast, just The Walking Dead.
Aw.
You go to watch the next episode and you found you've been blocked. How does that work? Like, I told you.
No.
I called into The Walking Dead themselves and they banned you.
You pulled some strings.
Yep. Oh, and I'm going to, little foreshadowing for next week. Somebody else is going to pull some strings for Fridays.
What? Now my little brain is just like turning.
You have to watch the episode to find. It's so good, man. I'm telling you. Like, you really should watch it like now. And then if you have to rewatch it before we podcast, it's a good episode.
You act like I have time to do that.
You do.
2 episodes in one day.
You do. You got the time. You have the power.
Honestly, I probably will watch it tonight, like after I go to bed, after the kids go to bed.
You got to message me after.
Probably
you do.
watch it then.
Like, you got to message me right after and be like, amazing or boo.
Boo.
You text me boo, I'm going to cry.
I'm gonna say boo. Regardless of how I feel about it, I'm going to be like, boo, that sucked.
I'll just try to be positive and imagine you're saying, no, wait, that's still not positive. Never mind.
I wonder where you were going with that. Like,
I was going to try to spin it positive, and then I was like, nope. Wait, it's not going to work. She still said it's terrible. Here. You're one of the most positive people I know. What are you talking about?
Aw, that is so precious. Thank you. So are you.
I haven't been called precious in a very long time.
I will call you precious every day.
You promise?
You're a precious child.
Oh, I'm going to go cuddle up to my teddy bear.
Aww. Anyway,
so let's rate this episode 1 to 5. Jessi, what do you think?
I give this one a 4.
Oh, okay. I can dig that. I was going to say, because if you gave it a 2 and then turned around in the same episode talked about how intense that chase scene was and then how cool that camera shot was, and you still going to give it a bad score?
No, I like this one. It kept me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4 too, because it definitely is. I remember when it came on, and then like that false hope of Andrea reaching the prison and being like, oh, she made it. And then there's the governor.
There's the governor. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe it. How did he not die?
Because he's the governor.
Yeah, but he's stupid.
He's got some powerful tea and crumpets.
He does. Like, next level.
Oh, he's a beast. I mean, he's not just a pretender. You know, there's some people like in bad guys in shows where they're not very physically imposing, but they're just very smooth talking or suave. The governor's kind of both. He can smooth talk, and he's not somebody to mess with.
Well, he about to die, so it's okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
We'll be back on Friday to review episode 15, and I am so excited for that episode. For those that have been watching the show for years, you know exactly why I'm excited about it and why I can't wait for Jessi to see it. But anyways, that's going to wrap up this podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your Walking Dead fanatic friends if you're just getting into the show. I hadn't seen anybody say it per se, but I like to think somewhere out there someone is watching the show for the first time and following along.
How cool would that be?
Like, I think, so if you got someone that's just started The Walking Dead, like, show the podcast to them so that they can follow the retro reviews, and then it'll, give them something. Because for those that have been with us for a while, you did get to follow it episode to episode, and you still do on the new seasons. But for them, it's like every review they watch is going to be from way back. So now they get to watch it as we watch it.
Yep.
But anyways,
really cool.
We'll see you on Friday. I'm Justin.
I'm Jessi.
And we're the Podcasting Dead. Goodbye.
See ya.
Peace.
Wouldn't want to be ya.
Aw.